teams for Group Nirvana. Top 4 of Group Nirvana go into that play-in for the playoffs. So you want to make sure you're taking every win possible. It is double round robin, and we'll see who takes the first of those 2 tonight between these 2 teams and who stays undefeated as we get the Vi and Senna banned away by EDG on the blue side for game number 1. NIP going to ban away the Azir and the Gwen for game number 1 on red side.
And that anti-ban tells me that EDG wants an early Talia, but it also leaves up the Rise still that has been taken away by Doinb this entire time. So I think we're going to see an early arms race in terms of the mid picks come out here. And is it a deny of the Rise? It is not. Doinb gets his Rise if he wants it. Instead, it's a first pick Ferris. They'll take the pick of the mid laner later on. As, again, I think it's just Doinb Rise going to come out right now.
Okay, I think the Rise provides so much that mobility for mid lane as well, and it provides a lot of that dueling pressure between the jungle matchups too.
Yeah, how many times has Doinb actually gotten his Rise in Season 15? We're going to have to go check. He's got 4 games of Rise, and he's 4-0. We'll see if Doinb can push it to 5-0. That is pretty good. But with that showing, of course, Trundle, a pick that has really emerged at MSI, and I gotta say, looks pretty filthy broken in the early patch of this season as well, Mazel. Looks good into Xin Zhao already. So will be the Trundle locked in. Can own the tank matchup later on as Solokill very much dissuaded from taking the tanks. And then that Talia for Angel pick we've teased has been really big for EDG locked in.
Yeah, so the mid laners, you know, living up to what we were talking about so much in that mobility out of mid lane, trying to get the ball rolling if they can for their team in different ways. Angel a little bit more of that team focus as well, but the Rumble does come through. We're getting some top tier picks here in game number 1 for both sides.
It looks like Rumble Band's going to be used to protect Solokill. Meanwhile, Marksman showing opportunity to eliminate a couple annoying marksmen. I think an Ezreal and Jhin ban very just here. If they want to remove a couple of things that interact really well in the Trundle especially as well. Can have a lot more pressure on the marksman if they don't have those dashes when it comes to the pillar. As a big part of the reason that we're seeing the Rumble locked in again, trying to avoid locking in the tank against Trundle, always big. Curious if they opt into getting rid of a Sion here, because it's a kind of a low damage comp so far for Sion. Instead, going to get rid of the Cassante for ZDZ, a matchup that he has played into the Rumble already this split.
I kind of like that, actually. It's some of that top lane focus, at least in the latter half. Now, Leave is rightfully a focus in the bans for EDG. Obviously, Leave having a little bit of a history with EDG in his own right, in his own career, but really a heavy pain point for teams facing up against NIP is dealing with Leave, who will get the Ezreal here for game number 1.
Yeah, it was the Sivir ban instead of the Ezreal. I'm a little bit surprised. It gives you a real way to interact with Trundle, Talia, and also scale into the Varus too. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't take that away. Sivir, of course, does give you that late game insurance, but the pillar still has a lot of pressure on Sivir that you can use. So was surprised they did grab that. It said Parukia, that Rel's been really big for him so far, as we saw in the highlights that we ran, and also EDG's video they made for Parukia's debut.
And I'm just saying, it's also a steal away from Niket. That's what he was kind of making his name on last year as well. We'll see what his answer is going to be, because Niket is the one that's going to get counterpick here as well into that support, and see who's going to be able to get that map rotation kind of power going, as the Sion is that lock-in, like you were saying, for EDG and for ZDZ.
I really like what we're seeing from EDG so far. I don't think that NIP has the might to really break what EDG is going to be throwing at them. For me, going to be really key that they utilize Rumble's early power and trying to make sure this Rumble gets big, because again, I look at a Rise Ezreal. Your only way to deal with Sion Trundle is to run away from it, to avoid it, to kite it. If they're able to connect with a big engage, that's going to be really tough for NIP to deal with, and you got to deal with the Rel power plays when she has flash up. I expect to poke Varus here. Can lay down some pretty good prep damage. Also relatively effective this game. And Trundle, man, like we've seen when he Rs these tanks, he can get so big that he just can't be dealt with. So can NIP reset those fights? Going to be a big thing to look out for. And is EDG going to be sound when they execute between the Sion R, the Rel R, the Varus R, and then the Weaver's Wall to hopefully lock them all in? EDG has to use their windows well against NIP, or else things get a little bit tough in the side lane later on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very curious. I mean, I think the 2v2 is going to be a place that can be a jumping off point. But I really want to ask you, where's this jungle skirmishing going to start up? Because I feel like both can really skirmish earlier on into the game.
Xin Zhao can't into Trundle. So if I'm Trundle, it's the monkey approach. Get red buff, get level 2, get level 3, and then go find the Xin.
Okay.
You do have some help from lanes here early on. If you are EDG, level 1, the Ezreal Braum can be kind of scary level 1, but I think if you group up with Talia, you might be able to win out bot priority to guarantee your bot lane starts in brush, and then threaten from there. Because being on blue side, that's where Trundle's red buff is. So I think it's important they protect that early on.
All right, well, we'll see what that jungle pathing leads out to. We'll see how the game leads out as one of these teams walks away from this series still undefeated in Group Nirvana. It's EDG versus NIP. Okay,
That's
well, we're just getting started with the nutty Nirvana night right now with the level 1s. Parukia is going to go ahead and burn that flash. Does has Hex Flash still, though.
Wow, the AI bot just absolutely hates EDG's draft. That's interesting. Well, we'll
like
see if that
40
one
minutes,
ends up...
it's a 50-50, you know?
See if it ends up coming true. I do think that damage-wise, you'd have to deal with a Rise that scales hard, and Ezreal, and you have Poke Varus, Talia, Trundle, Scion. So damage definitely lacking here for the EDG comp. Why I think NIP is so important to get off to an early start, because if not, the death ball is very real for EDG. So
it is going to be the Arcane Comet for On, so going for that
Poke
lethality Poke Varus to pair up against that Ezreal. And Poke Jungler is going to be starting up on top side, going down towards bot.
Oh god, On with a brutal start to lane too.
He is getting destroyed right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is why I was teasing, you know, maybe you want to group up and make sure you get bot prio, because if the Ezreal Braum's allowed to function, the Q is level 1, and the Braum passive does make this a real threatening lane level 1. And I don't think the EDG managed this well. We saw On, they didn't, they got here late because the Palkia burned the flash because it's stacked top.
Oh my god.
If you go bot and you actually play this one early, this lane doesn't look like this if Ezreal Braum are not allowed to dominate the wave that they were able to dominate, as NIP did not contest this. So, or EDG did not contest NIP, so NIP's bot lane definitely outkicking their coverage here early on. And Trundle working his way towards the bot side now will get his red buff, not looking for any early invades on that Xin Zhao. But we'll see if he skips enough camps. I mean, you could grab red, skip 2 camps, and definitely come impact bot if Ezreal Braum decide to push another wave here hard.
And I mean, it's definitely evening out a little bit. We'll see how it all pans out. But I love it because I want to see this 2v2 shine a little bit down here. Because, I mean, you can make whatever you want out of that story. But Leave was supposed to be the prodigy for EDG. He was supposed to be the next come up from their developmental system and be that next guy, that next carry. And it didn't work out. And now seeing him be a pivotal piece to NIP, I mean, he feels a lot of pressure on his shoulders here.
Yeah, again, I think that Leave at times has been not that consistent in the later fights. Definitely a little bit stronger for me in lane in some of the earlier moments when it comes to NIP. As Niket can do his best to grab that wave. We did see Trundle look bot, but Xin Zhao was hovering. No cannon for Leave. I think he missed out on the experience too, so that's a bit of a bummer. And nice from On and Parukia, who were able to hold on to that bot lane matchup after level 1, bounce that one back, and end up in an okay spot. This Trundle should be able to get the top crab, and the matchups go from there.
Okay, we're going to get that reset out towards top side from EDG's bot lane. So On and Parukia getting back out on the map. Trying to figure out what that next step is going to be. They'll drag it in about a minute, so it's a very early swap, but maybe just trying to get out of the pressure that was happening in bot side. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's the pressure that EDG want to put on. Doinb going to flash out of the seismic and gets over the pillar too.
Yeah, that's a nice grab here, as Doinb can be rinsed and repeated now. And yeah, the swap for me, this is one where you're pretty much, like, with the prio swap, we did see the Varus and the Rel swap first. You open up windows like that where Parukia is able to send a bonus member towards Doinb and NIP, and also Scion really likes being in the 1v2 compared to most other top laners. Did see Rumble swap back to be in that 1v1, but as Sion, you're okay getting starved out on resources, much more so than a Rumble. So I think just the attempt there to see what NIP is able to do.
Are you saying that the zombie man is a masochist?
Yes, he is.
Okay, well.
Always, Mazel.
I guess it fits.
I mean, I will say that off the swap, Solokill did opt to save his TP and does definitely drop some CS for that. ZDZ has ding 6 and is up a pretty significant mark against the Rumble, given what the matchup usually looks like.
Oh my god, Angel just got a chunk of health. He just TP'd back too. It's gonna be a little bit worse for it. He's actually just gonna back straight up off of that one. So now we get to a point where we're getting those level 6s for our mid laners, and a big point in the draft that we had talked about was the mobility, the kind of proactivity that can happen out of mid lane. And we will see the Weaver's Wall and the Realm Warp up and available here shortly.
See some of the other movement spells of EDG come on out. ZDZ going to use his first ult to catch this wave as they get the 1v2 swap and get priority on the Dragon. As Ezreal and Braum stuck into the top side, you can see On has used his TP to get bot, and early Drake definitely on the bingo card here for EDG.
So I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm nowhere near the level of pro player, but I've accidentally taken TP in the last couple games of my ADC games, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I
nice.
don't mind getting resources like that.
If you're able to use it to play for prio objectives like this, it's nice. I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen a start.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Angel was trying to get back to base maybe before they actually kicked this one off. But this is a little bit delayed. You can see NIP playing for the top crab. Rumble played for the base. Could be on the Drake right now. Instead, looking to rinse and repeat. Doinb.
Oh, they get him this time. No flash, no exit. He's speedy. He's got the Realm Warp, and he's not able to. He goes down first blood for EDG and to Angel of all people.
Yeah, sadly, that Realm Warp was quite literally put under construction as, I guess, it caved in upon itself as Doinb could not quite get the channel. Warning cone. Caution. Cannot teleport here. Is Xiaohao able to trap him up? And yeah, that's a delay on the Dragon. Possibly a give over to NIP. I gotta say, I don't love that. I think that using that time, that was a lot of time to set up on Doinb. I would have much rather had the Dragon. I think that you could have maybe pulled off the Dragon and that play too if they were on it from the start. So EDG, we'll see if they're able to use that advantage they have on Angel's Talia. Pick we said was really big for them to snowball this elsewhere, because I think that they spent a lot of time to get that first kill and potentially even more time on the Doinb. Is he still flashless and ultless up top?
Really,
yep, here we go.
Just hate Doinb. They're like, we are going to punish this rise, but can they? Look at the flash out of Xiaohao. He sidesteps them.
Oh, they
still
definitely
goes down in the end of Angel. They will get what they came for.
Sending 3 men, Poke, Varus, and Sion. They're pretty self-sufficient, so hunting squad for the captain of NIP. As Angel might not have a World Finals, but is a World Finalist. And he's got this crew banding together to attack the ringleader of NIP early on. Again, on this Rise pick that Doinb's 4-0 on, and it's the most banned champion against NIP this year. So, a good game plan, at least for EDG, letting this one through. Recognizing they can play their own powerful pick in the Talia into it, and at least try and make some early plays.
And it's so funny, all the overlaps that we see between these rosters, because Angel also was part of NIP back in 2023. As we see the fight kick off, Chains of Corruption going to be cleansed out of by Leave. They still try to go in, though, onto Niket. He's a little bit caught out, going to flash, though. Parukia locked down, taken down, and the Grubs have gone over to NIP, too. They got 2 out of the 3 of them, and they were able to get that kill back.
Yeah, I mean, Parukia, all that roaming to try and attack Doinb has put him down 2 levels. So he gets found in the back half of that one as Niket had access to all Parukia. You can see a couple experience points away from dinging that level 5. And yeah, again, the objectives have gone the way of NIP. Their captain's fallen twice, but getting the Grubs, getting the first Dragon. I think the second kill, like, yes, it's 2-for-1 Grubs. I think that one was worth it. The first Drake one for me was, again, a timer where I really feel like EDG could have gotten that first Drake and made the play mid. Instead, didn't take the Drake, made sure they got the play off mid, and that was a mistake in the long run. As flash for ult. Solokill dodges that one and still has equalizer. ZDZ being low mana should be okay here, Mazel.
A little bit. It's okay. It's fine. Nothing happened. Nothing was burned. It's not like a 5-minute cooldown. for Solokill. We'll see if it actually comes back to bite him, but right now it's all good. The team fight setup, though, is now looking at this top side, at least a dive setup for NIP. The early heal there just to get through that speed, try to get Angel, but they can't get him in the end.
Well played by Angel. Played the wave, flashed under turret to buffer the Rin Prison that came out. At least able to create some distance between him and the opponents on the dive. So spell taken away. See if NIP can punish that one. But at the moment, kind of taking big picture inventory here, Mazel. It does feel like early on, EDG, again, this is a draft where they're going to have a lot of priority between this Sion, this Varus. They do run out of damage later on in the game. Have some concerns about that. It's not a big enough gold lead where we're happy with where EDG's at, but it's not like they haven't played their comp decently well so far. I think the only thing they're missing compared to where they should be at is that dragon. Being down that dragon could be very expensive for them later on, as buying 5 minutes for an Ezreal Rise that's usually a pretty good 5 minutes to buy.
You remember the AI gave them 50-50 at 40 minutes into the game. We'll see if it works out. Dude, they literally just had a wanted poster of Doinb at the beginning of their walk-in, I guess, to the stage here, as he does get a little bit of press in a turret. This time, though, he had Niket right behind him. Though EDG are consistently looking for these side lane plays. The combination of Xiaohao and Parukia has struck gold so far, and they're going to look for turret plates on bot side now. Does he get it? No.
Not too much more to begin here until the dragon. As EDG, again, just using some of their priority and strength they have now. But I think NIP happy to just survive and thrive. Again, a lot of scaling coming in between the tiers and that Roa that will be on Doinb's shoulders.
Talia is so difficult to attack, especially under turret. I feel like you can just have so much set up there, and Angel's feeling himself. He's already got that first item completed, and so I guess talking about some of the rest of the completions coming through, you have the Sundered Sky for Naiyou as well. You'll have that Rod of Ages coming through at least the Cataclysm already completed for Doinb, as Doinb's trying to make a play on bot side actually. Do these item spikes, at least the first item spike, does that change anything of map state or map power right now?
No, I think NIP needs to get to 2-3 items until they can look to like really fight. Their fight, what they're looking for is the single target from the Xin, the Rise, the Braum. If they can find just a stun, a single target, and drop an equalizer on top, I mean, we know what kind of damage that can do. I think EDG is going to be far too tanky, far too beefy until we get to that 2-3 item mark where NIP is going to be happy enough to maybe look for a fight then. So I think this is just going to be, again, I'm shocked that we're giving these away for free as EDG. Yeah, I think this start is rather greedy for NIP. This should be a good fight for EDG as they're calling in the Sion. Here we go.
On already used a piercing arrow. Weaver came in. Dragon had already gotten in by Naiyou. That's going to be the feat completed.
That's a boom.
But EDG looking for the fight afterwards. They've already gotten 2 killed from ZDZ. Naiyou now trying to fight his way out of the pit, but will also be dragged down to the depth by On.
Okay, now is the second dragon going to be worth 5 minutes? Because that one was quite expensive. EDG, good collapse from them. A great setup. We saw Parukia syncing up there with ZDZ quite nicely to find the sound engage, opening up the fight. Mazel will lead to first brick and feats being scared here for EDG.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they will just get the turret off the back of that one. Solokill can't really do much here. Maybe they stop it. The last minion, the last hope. And that will not be feat secured just yet. The next wave, they'll back off of it.
Oh, okay. Not quite yet. You can see pings from NIP going out of the top tower. Going to get another look. This just isn't the timer for NIP to fight. So I'm really surprised that EDG were giving all this space around the dragon. At least they're able to lock him in here. Parukia, really good engage. Just no chance for NIP to act. And if you guys missed the top of our broadcast, we started it off playing a clip of EDG featuring their new rookie support, Parukia, who did sign with this org less than a month before starting for their LPL squad. Initially, it was meant for the LDL squad competing in Asia Masters, but with, of course, Wink getting a better seat within the LPL, a need to call upon a new rookie who, as they said in their video, playing with confidence and playing free. Was able to set up a lot of good things for this team so far, especially on this rel pick, which he played in his very first game of LPL, and that was another nice setup from him there.
And in a best of 3, I love that they're giving him comfort and confidence in game number 1 to try to build off of that, because he has been a really decisive shot caller for EDG so far. And as a rookie, that's hard to explain or hard to kind of wrap your head around in a lot of cases. Though Niket knows that all too well, he will be in a little bit of trouble now. TP's coming in. EDG going to try to pull the trigger here as the big chains of corruption is going to go through, but doesn't really get much on the back end. ZDZ looking to come down and bring down the house here. Decimating Smash coming through with the double knock up there as well with the unstoppable onslaught. Naiyou is down as now Niket trying to run under the turret, gets another smash, and ZDZ is pumping him right now. Xiaohao ends up getting the kill on the back end of that one, and Doinb should be just fine. They are bleeding mid lane for it, but honestly, you'll take that for EDG.
And now this gold lead's getting to a spot where EDG is much happier against NIP. And again, I think NIP posturing quite aggressively when this just isn't their time on the map to fight yet. I do think they need to get to that 2-3 item mark where the Ezreal on the rise can start to overtake and actually evolve those tiers. We don't even have a Roa completed yet for Doinb at the 16-minute mark. Should get it on the next base, but that's a pretty big delay on an item that takes time to scale.
That's going to feel pretty bad for the, at least, outcomes that you're looking for NIP. Struggled to find map presence after some really good decisive plays from EDG.
It's going to have to be
really been around the objectives.
Yeah, it's got to be Leave being that bridge too, but look at how far behind the Rumble and the Rise are. No completed items at the 16-minute mark. That Roa being delayed this long into the game, Mazel again. Ramifications for later. Do need the Merc Shreds against the Talia this game, but a 16-30 Roa is not what Doinb was hoping for.
26.5 minutes you're looking at for that full completion as well, but it's going to be a long road to get to that point, and maybe those second items coming through sooner rather than later for EDG, as they are using the side lane pressure with ZDZ very, very well. I think ZDZ is having a heck of a performance on this Scion so far as well.
Yeah, 100% agree with that one, Mazel. I mean, we got to give the fans a little something over here on the LPL.
Get some ZDDs in the chat.
I mean, frankly, if you're watching this instead of T1 Gen G, then
you're a real one.
You're crazy. You're a real LPL fan. You got some skin to the game, one way or another.
Another one.
Yeah, that or just the biggest Doinb fan on the planet. I'm not exactly sure what's up, but we appreciate the support nonetheless from everyone that has chose to support the LPL.
Angel fans out there, you know.
Oh, I mean, of course, EDG, big time org, NIP, gonna make a bigger splash here in the LPL.
And,
the dragon spawning
EDG,
here, Mazel.
Yeah.
Gotta believe EDG is gonna try and stop the stacking. Look poised to do so at the moment.
Will they get their first dragon? I believe they're gonna have full control of the pathway to that dragon. The only thing stopping them now is themselves, and you see Xiaohao moving up towards top side. So maybe not putting as much focus on the dragon just yet, but going for the Scuttlecraft. Oh, and the Rift Herald popping mid.
That's one way to further help ensure that you have priority.
It's Rift insurance. What if Shelly is just a salesperson? Oh my God! Well, I know who's selling right now, and it's EDG selling the house of NIP as they take it down brick by brick. They go straight to the dragon here afterwards as well.
I don't think there was much of a better option there for NIP than to just seed and see what else they can get, especially on their solo laners. But man, Parukia continues to make these engages look easy from the rel. As 2 turrets fall, the dragon stacking has stopped. EDG get their first one, and again, this gold graph continues to move into their favor in a draft that they really do need to be ahead. Making it look easy here, Parukia. These engages, like the EDG, just continue to look like they're a squad playing on the same page. And the fact that Parukia has been able to start and follow up upon these engages with, we've seen him play both roles well within this team, but man, for this one, what a great job he's done setting up the table for his team. 019, been a participant in everything in this game so far. He's been looking good.
It goes back to kind of general points we were talking about beforehand, where I feel like when EDG have been playing their series so far this split, and they're obviously undefeated, so it definitely helps in that regard, but I just feel a lot more assurance in their team play, in their decision making together as a team, knowing what each other is doing and kind of that process. And I feel like it's there for NIP on a lot of occasions as well, but I feel like it has been more of those individual pop-offs. And when you cool down that fire, you don't get that same NIP, and I think EDG are handling the map extremely well for a game one.
It's pretty tough to individually pop off when you handle the map the way that NIP has. Again, this is a draft where I don't think you get to play until much later on in the game. Playing for those dragons, that second one ended up being very expensive. I think they would have been happy to drop that one and not drop the 3 kills and the gold lead that cracked open in EDG's favor from that play. Is now they're going to look to collapse it into the Otacon. Has spawn here on the bot side of the Rift. And NIP has no choice but to back off on this one. Doinb is going to look to finish his Seraphs here pretty soon. I just don't think there's any way or any world where they're able to fight without Ryze having a Seraphs at this Otacon.
They will have the Miramana completed for leave. TP available for Doinb if he wants to join the fight. He's going to back first. Maybe try to finish that item here, but Naiyou is already getting pushed out.
Got it.
The Trundle pillar there. As Leaves trying to dodge out from Angel's rocks, throw some rocks of his own. Got the full team from NIP on the bot side. Doinb going in for the flash play, but he gets immediately countered by Parukia. Unstoppable onslaught on the backline from CDZ gets that kill as well, and they are just playing with their food right now. And that food, it's called mincemeat. It's made from NIP, and EDG will be gobbling that up all night long. It's Otacon for EDG as well.
That's a clean ace, and Doinb's way to try and break this game back in NIP's favor was not a good one, as the flash instantly responded to from Doinb. The engage doesn't hit. EDG finds another wipe, and frankly, this lead looking too big to surmount now for NIP.
He didn't have the type matchup. I don't know how you're supposed to counter Palkia, but it wasn't the right choice. All right, it was super effective.
I mean, water and dragon type's definitely a tough one. I know that in the video early on, his teammates jokingly called him Pikachu, or asked what it called. But I think the NIP's comp, again, this is a really good setup from Parukia. Like, even if Doinb connects with that flash and powered Rune Prison, that Rel found such a good engage in that brush to kick things off, and NIP just no gas in the tank, even close to being enough. Yeah, I mean, it completely splits the fight. He did so on a control war. That's some really good recognition play from Parukia, who does seem to be playing very free as a rookie. And what he's done so far, it's been pretty impressive. Like, frankly, and this is a player that we have to start talking about as being excited to see not in Group Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a rookie who has really made his mark in this group, looked pretty good in their early games so far. It's definitely going to be someone that I'm on the lookout for if he continues to play at this rate, for a player that we want to see face better teams in Group Ascension.
Yeah, and I'll just say, it's not easy to be a kind of leading shot-calling support in the LPL, no matter what team you're on. That role is legendary in a lot of ways, in being the kind of direction for an entire team, and sometimes entire organizations looking at EDG and Mako. And I think those kinds of things are so interesting to think about. Obviously, a very strong debut, but speaking of strong debuts on the night, Doinb finally gets his Realm Warp out, but it's 14-1, 23 minutes in, Cubby.
And the best part for NIP in this one is that Baron doesn't spawn for another 90 seconds, so they can sack this dragon and buy plenty of time. They just keep on farming up. Did snag those 2 dragons early on, which can afford them some time now. But again, I think that second dragon was a mistake.
He has 100% KP, by the way, right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, Doinb is, I know, I said 100% participation in the game. He has the 1 death, too.
True.
As Leave gets caught, that kicked off with, I mean, it looks like the ult was just burned from Trundle. Or not even, Leave just died.
They're trying to find out where the backing members
of they found Doinb. Doinb's low.
But does he know there's 2 of them there?
He does now.
Oh, they actually ended up catching out Niket, too. Here comes the Weaver's Wall. Oh, no, they blocks them off. Now Doinb's in trouble.
It's bad.
Parukia is going to go straight onto him. Give on the kill, too. And Naiyou is just slowly going down. They are just stunting on them, man. Xiaohao dances while Niket dies. And EDG clean house completely on NIP.
Parukia didn't participate in the kill, man. Trundle, Xiaohao, what a greedy teammate. not allowing his support to continue the 100% KP across the board. Definitely no MVP for Xiaohao from this. It's got to go to Parukia.
Honestly, they should probably FF.
Save us some time. It sure feels that way, Mazel, but unfortunately, you know, when we're competing at this level, I think that you fight until the Nexus goes boom.
I think so.
This ain't StarCraft, even though if you FF the game at this point, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, let's see how... Okay, we'll leave... Yeah, that's it's not too
bad.
appealing or appetizing a way to go down there from leave.
Feels a bit bad, but it is still a very triumphant game number 1 for EDG.
Is this an ad for cleaning supplies? Sure looks that way.
Kind of. Mr. Clean, is that you?
Can any be used to clean up a monitor?
I don't think so. Not this mess. It's not strong enough. You gotta start like detailing what kind of cleaning solution you need for each level of game in the LPL. Some bleach.
That's I like how you just started there, Lennon.
Yeah, hey.
Started there.
We start at the strong stuff, right? That's what we do. No, but it is full map control, even a map play on bots at Doinb. He flashes out, might still die in the end. Does have the shield away, though, from Niket. The turret has fallen, though, and Doinb will get dragged back with a seismic shove. Niket's going to join him right there with a double kill for Angel.
This game, it went from bad to worse from NIP, really off that second dragon. They secured it, lost 3 kills. EDG took control of the game from there, never looked back in this one, Mazel. As this draft, we had some concerns about running out of damage, or they were set behind. They just never fell behind, and it was off the back of Parukia. Continues to make a splash here in the LPL.
The rookie debut of Parukia continues to garner attention here in Group Nirvana. As they're going to have a little bit of struggle trying to take down this last little bit of turret. They did just lose all their minions. No, they have 2 left. 2 caster minions. The MVPs of game number 1, truly. As On will get another kill. Flashes the EDG emote, and that is game number 1 to Edward Gaming.
27 minutes, 24-2 on the scoreboard. Be pretty happy about that one from EDG. My hair looks like a mess after that. Don't not exactly
You
sure
spent
how
a
that
lot
one
of
happened,
time, you know. Dude.
Yeah, this is me from the NIP perspective. Like, woo, what's going on? You know, apparently it was one of those. But no, for NIP, I mean, that's Doinb's first loss on the rise this season. And frankly, it never looked like it had a chance. Just start to finish. The focus that EDG had on Doinb in the mid lane, playing through that Talia, it was one where Doinb was set behind. The entire team was set behind. And just, again, I think the force they had in that second dragon, you're nowhere close to be ready to take a fight there. I thought that was a really big mistake from NIP, punished well by EDG, who played a solid game from there.
Yeah, I think it's about recognizing what you need to do as a composition and like what your goals are. And right, we were talking about that bridge building really not being there in the end for NIP because of those some of those earlier decisions. And I think that's hard to reconcile with, because I mean, one person with experience can't really rule the show in a lot of ways, but sometimes they can. And not seeing that cleanliness around some of those decisions, especially even from Doinb himself, feels a little bit bad for some of that experience that he was trying to bring to the table there. And especially, like you say, with his rise that had looked so good, that really fit the style that NIP want to play out of mid lane as well. And it seems like it was just tempered a bit today.
Well, it's first draft. Go back to the drawing board, see what game 2 holds for everyone here, Mazel. As that really feels like all NIP can do after that one, just write it off and try and move on and find something better to set you up for success in game 2.
Yeah. Does Parukia get another MVP?
I think honestly, so. I would be mad if it didn't go to Parukia, frankly.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, he got MVP in his first split, or first series at least of the split itself. Now
both games.
His third. Yeah.
Took it home. That MVP count climbing up there. He's going to be leading this team and leading Group Nirvana, that's for sure.
Leading the LPL.
Yeah, might be leading all the LPL with the games he's played so far.
Already getting some of those rookie of the split votes. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's been a fun story. I will say,
no,
like, we
really
had some rookie supports emerge. Last split, I thought Xiaohao was respectable. I'm kind of bummed that he's not playing more. So far, Parukia has been really, really impressive. So, just more power to him. Excited to see more.
It's also just really fun when they have a little bit of extra story tied behind it and all the kind of cute shenanigans around the Pokemon and Parukia and all that stuff. Like, I think that kind of stuff is awesome. Also, in a league that's so big, makes you a little bit unique in some ways, so it's kind of cool to hold on to in that way. But very
it's fine, Mazel. If you just want to work, if you want to work for Nintendo, you can just say so. All right.
Hey, I'm just saying. Just saying. League of Legends Pokemon crossover when.
It's called Pokemon Unite, Lennon. That's what it's called. All right.
I don't think League of Legends characters are in Pokemon Unite, Cubby.
No, we'll work on that though.
We'll work on that. We'll get to it.
It's probably never gonna happen with what goes on with Riot and their IP, but that's all right. Nintendo's the same way with their IP. Yeah, they have to respect it.
As we take a look at the post-game stats, it was very dominant from one side, and that side was EDG, almost having a kill a minute. And I
really hate Braum this draft, by the way. Yes.
Why?
How do you play Braum into Talia, Trundle, Scion? Like, what is your job? You're just there to catch and get blasted. You can't do anything proactive or have any setups. Your team kind of needs.
I think we saw that.
It's only Zen going in, yeah.
I think we saw that a lot in this game, just not being able to have those proactive moments, and especially when you have the likes of the Xiaohao who can kind of take those early fights and find some of those skirmish leads. I think some moments like these were definitely the backbreakers.
Oh, every moment like this was. We're just going to see a highlight reel of Parukia syncing up with the rest of his team in order to make some big boom damage happen. Made it pretty easy for both On and Angel to fire off whatever ZDZ was on point as well.
That engage on bot side, man, like that was so good.
Yeah, I mean, EDG just feels like the team to beat so far. In Group Nirvana, it's a return to last split as one of the teams that, frankly, we want to see interact more with the teams above them so far. And yeah, I mean, again, if you're EDG, all you can do is just try your best to dominate this group and keep on taking away positives. And I mean, all they've done so far is just dominate maps they played. They're 5-0. It's been a really one-sided and a really good look for them.
And for a matchup that was, the best of the best of Group Nirvana, the undefeated team so far, it definitely is interesting to see it so one-sidedly decided in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this game really got away quickly from NIP, but yeah, it really felt like supportive. I know that Niket was someone you were really excited to see last year, Mazel, when he started to make his way into the LPL, but this one was one support had a huge impact on the game. Yeah, other one did not. So, yeah, good game from EDG overall. There's not much else to say, Mazel. I think it's just I've been kind of waiting to see our Pog hop into a break.
It better be Parukia. If it's not, I'm gonna riot. I will literally riot right here, right now. Just because it's also so cool to see support being the role that's getting focused on, which I think is interesting because in both my days so far that I've been on, a major focus in like a lot of the series has been support because we actually have some really interesting storylines going on in support right now.
Big carousel in the LPL, and frankly one that felt like it was a long time coming. I think that historically you look at LPL's performance internationally versus LCK, support and top lane for me are the two roles where it was always a gap in LCK's favor. I think mid historically with that too, but frankly we have some mids now in the LPL that have definitely proven they can play on that world stage with anyone else for the past 5 years. So yeah, I do think that supports need more opportunity, whether that's Wink or Zhui hopping up in teams. I'm bummed that Zhui move that was rumored never went down. Mazel would have been a big opportunity for him. But yeah, I think it's time when some of the top supports aren't performing to switch things up. Definitely felt like it led to a lot of domino effect changes within our league. And frankly, I mean, it's the only reason we have players like Parukia that even get to see the Rift. And what a treat that's been so far.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing is when dominoes fall, sometimes you end up finding some of the best stories.
Opportunity, man. Never know when it finds you. Gotta be ready for it.
You do indeed. As we go to the Pog, it is Parukia. Congratulations. His third MVP in just his third series. Actually, incredible stuff.
Looking good. That's 2 on the rel now as well. Congrats to Parukia for the Pog. Now, folks, if you want to be a Pog here at the LPL English, we actually have a very easy way to do it. It's a pay-to-win formula, Mazel, and it's called coffee, all right?
Okay.
Folks, we're extremely grateful to all of our coffee and YouTube subscribers who helped level up the show. A lot of the initial payments do go into upgrading the broadcast, the graphics package that we have. Those paying on-air talent, and the folks behind the scenes, as we have a massive team that helps us out behind the scenes. We're very lucky to have that always help us out on show days. So if you want to support us, the LPL English product, please subscribe to our coffee. There's going to be a link in the subscription for both Twitch and YouTube. Go support us. It's the best way to support us. We're working on more content for you guys behind the scenes over there as well. So please get perks like early access to content, the ability to ask interview questions for our unique on-site interviews from people like Patty as well. So definitely appreciate all the support the LPL English we get. Whether that's a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever you guys can give us, we are very much thankful for all the support that we've experienced here. Mazel, it's going to be enough for us in Game 1. Going to go to a quick break, and we'll see you guys for Game 2 coming up right here.